For everyone that already joined for this session, could you kindly invite your colleague to join so they will not miss my session if they are interested? Uh, Share screen. Can I invite you to open your camera, please, in the beginning, so I can see you just for a moment? Hello, Afifa. Thank you for turn on camera. Hello, Basira. Nice to see you.
Hello and thank you. Nice to meet you.
From which country are you, Basira?
I'm from Afghanistan.
Ah, okay. Thank you. And okay, let's start. Okay. Yeah, okay, Ridwan is okay. Yeah. Let me start. Okay. Hello, Safia. Nice to see you. From which country are you, Safia?
I'm from Pakistan.
Oh, also from Pakistan. Okay. Hello, Muhammad Jawid. Thank you also for joining us. Okay. Can you see my slide? Can you respond?
Yes, we can see.
Okay. Thank you, Azam. Okay, so good afternoon, everyone who are in Indonesia, and also maybe good morning. Welcome to the ninth SL summer course 2025. My name is Pini. My full name is Pini Wijayanti, but you can call me Pini. And this afternoon, I'll be guiding you through the today's session on the principles of environmental damage assessment. This is a quite important topic that bridge environmental science, economics, and so policy, and it is especially relevant to the ecotourism, nature conservation, also food security. Because this quite afternoon, so I would like to start the presentation with this picture. Could you take a look this picture? I just get from the Google for this picture, but I have several questions to start this session. For you have the answer, just turn on your microphone, feel free, or you also can write your answer in the chat box, yeah? So please take a look this picture. I'm quite sure that this is not new phenomena from you. This is my first question. What environmental issues is visible in this picture? Anyone would like to answer? What environmental issues is visible in this picture? I see chat box. Trust everywhere, miss? Yes, correct. Another answer? Waste? Can be specific, Dewi, for what kind of waste? Single-use plastic? Yes, correct. Another answer? I'm still waiting. Plastic waste, yes. So this is the beach here is littered with plastic bottles, yeah, like food wrappers and also other debris, yeah. This picture is a clear example of marine debris pollution, uh, which often results from inadequate waste management or careless tourist behavior. Do you agree? Careless tourist behavior. Yeah, glass waste is missing. Yes, correct. Thank you. And so we can say that tourism increase the volume of single-use plastic. Do you agree? Tourism increase the volume of single-use plastics. Do you agree? If you agree, please, you can click your emote thumb. Yeah, tourists increase the volume of single plastic, which can harm marine life when what is it, ingested or entangled animals. Yeah. And for the second question, you also can please feel free to unmute your Zoom, or you can also I think you can also directly unmute your microphone, right? Or you can use your chat box. The second question, how does tourism contribute to the waste problem shown in the picture? How does tourism contribute to the waste problem shown in the picture? I'm still waiting for the answer. Anyone would like to to
Hello?
unmute your microphone? Yes, please. Continue.
Yes, I think,
Ebrima, would you like to say something?
is the question about how does tourism contribute to the waste
Yes.
problems on
Yeah, for the second. Yeah.
yeah.
Do you have any thoughts?
Yeah, of course I have thought
Please.
like what we know about tourism is people or strangers moving to explore a new environment, and we all know consumption. Uh, our foods are carried in plastics and then other bags, for example. If tourists move in an area where there is no control over waste, and then there are no waste disposal frameworks or containers, it can lead to this.
Okay, thank you. Ebrima, from which country are you?
I am from the Gambia, but currently studying in Indonesia.
Oh, and where do you study now?
UI tiga.
Sorry?
UI tiga. UII. Yeah,
Oh,
UI.
okay. Is it in Jogja, right?
No, it's in
Huh?
Depok.
In?
Depok.
Oh, okay.
Depok.
Depok. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And also Sherzada. Please, Sherzada, you have any thoughts?
Halo, Dr. Tirul.
Hello. Yeah.
Selamat
Sorry.
sore ya, selamat sore. I was confused about
Yeah.
siang sore ya.
Yeah,
So,
it's okay.
so the question is about the positive role of tourism or the negative role. You have to explain this, and then I will answer.
Okay. Yes. So this
You are
one.
mentioning the positive side or negative side about tourism.
Sorry, could you repeat, sir? Because this is raining, hard raining here.
Okay, I'm asking either this question about the positive side of tourism or the negative side of tourism. You are asking to address the issue of waste problem, or you are talking about how the tourism cause increase the waste.
Oh, okay. It can be both.
Yeah. If
Yeah.
we come to the first point that how tourism cause the waste in the specific area, yes, it happens. Because when the people are not aware about the safety, the work and sanitation, and the cleanness about the aquaculture, the beaches, the natural environment, so they can cause polluting the natural sites. And when we come vice versa, tourism also cause uh, an understanding and what can I say, socialization how to secure our environment. For example, if tourists come from the civilized society, if we mention about the Australia, we mention about the UK, the United States. So those governments, civilized government, where the institution work very honestly. So
Yeah.
people can, yes, can collect those garbage, and they can educate the local people that how this waste cause suffering to the natural environment, and how it damage the social and culture, eco-cultural life. So these are two both way, vice versa.
That's said. Yeah, thank you, Sir Zada. How should I call you, Zada or Sher?
Share, it's okay, share.
Sher, okay.
Yeah.
Next, there is Dauda Atule. Please, Dauda.
Okay, I think me personally, when you want to look at the question straight and maybe attribute the fact that tourism contributes to waste problem, finding maybe the kind of correlation will be a bit difficult for me. But there should be an intermediate. Then the intermediate boils down to attitude. Where they are human, then they are definitely definitely some kind of human attitude that are not actually good for some issues of sustainability at all. So to me, not the tourism as a direct correlation to waste problem per se, but the intermediates or the things that happens within the among the tourists or the how the tourists themselves behave that actually bring such kind of waste problem, which is boils down to attitude and other infrastructure issues that when not well established within these kind of tourist areas, then we begin to get the problem, but not necessarily, to me, the tourism as a direct correlation to waste problem. Thank you.
Thank you, Dauda. From which country are you, Dauda?
Ghana, but I'm studying at
Where do you
Depok
stay
too.
now? Depok also. I visit Accra last year.
Oh,
Accra and also Cape Coast
Cape
last
Coast,
year.
yeah.
Okay, for
Okay.
the last person for this slide, yeah, because I still have many slides. So the last person for this slide is Sunny. Please, Sunny.
Thank you. My name is Benigane. I'm from Gambia, currently studying
Oh,
in Giza. So basically, I think I would agree with what Ibrahima is saying. Tourism basically contributes to the West problem through increase in tourism. So when we talk about tourism, for me personally, I understand it in the context of both international and local tourism. It's not just related to international tourists where we will say those people are well aware, so they are kind of like understand about this and their attitude to the positive. No, but when you look at local tourists, most local people have a negative attitude towards waste management because when there is increase in tourism, for example, you go to our beaches, local people will go there, there will be water that will be filled in plastic bags. The moment they drink, they just discard it. Even if there is dustbin provided at some places, people don't aren't used to throwing things in the dustbin. The moment they eat, they just throw it. Then the next day they will come and clean. And in some of these places, cleaning is a problem. So basically, to increase consumption and in combination with a negative attitude towards waste management leads to this problem. Thank you.
okay, yeah. Sunny, although I cannot hear you clearly, but I get the point, yeah. Let me continue for the next picture, right? So, these pictures, it's taken from Seribu Island. So the area that visited by the South Coast participants last week. Anyone join the field trip? Join the excursion? Sorry. Anyone joined to the excursion last week? Maybe Indonesian student I think joined. Let's see. Let's
Yeah,
see. Yes.
which excursion you're talking about that we join?
Yeah, because I think some participant joined the excursion last week, right?
Yeah.
To the Seribu Island. Do you know?
Yes.
So I just would like to ask how many participants joined to the excursion last week? Because this picture was taken from one of island there. So this picture taken from Tidung Island. Yeah. So the story behind this picture is Tidung Island become popular and booming among tourists. 15 years ago, 10 years ago, something like that. However, rubbish and environmental pollution become the main problem in this area. So this picture is I'm not mistaken. Sorry, I forget, but it's a bit in the southern coastline of Tidung Island. Yeah, you can see it's littered with rubbish that seems to be trying to get inland. Yeah.
Mhm.
So of course what is it? Of course, the presence of the garbage itself tarnish the nice view of the shoreline. Yeah. Okay, so I have question here. What might this pollution affect the tourism industry? Comments?
Should I
Thought?
answer?
Yeah, sure.
You know, nowadays people are fed up of urban life, so they want to go to the island, to see the beautiful scenery, to enjoy their times, their liburan, their vacation. But when they see these kind of places, so the smell of those, waste, especially the organic waste, is very stingy. Like last time when we were going from the port, and we feel that smell, even
Oh, so you also
yes.
joined the excursion, sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah. So like when we see certain thing, we smell. So we think it's not a natural habitat, Now, how those natural like living being, how will they be living like when we talk about the crabs, the fishes, and other, living animals, marine animals. So how will be their life?
Okay. Yeah, I should get the point, yeah.
Yeah.
And next picture. So this is even worse, yeah. So this is crude oil spill, yeah, that polluting also the southern coast of Pari Island. So Pari Island is one of the island in the Seribu Island. This this accident occurs in to, uh, 2020, maybe 5 years ago. Yeah. See? Yeah, see the condition that the oil spill happened. So this the question. The same question, but maybe you have different answer. Anyone? Please use chat box or turn on your microphones. Feel free. You know oil spill, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, it's affect a lot, when like especially when using the diesel boat, and the diesel boat run by diesel. So when this oil this leakage, so probably there's like a danger for the living marine life. Not only the spill from the those engines, but also sometimes the crude oil is taken from the sea, and they put in a container when they go on cargo container,
Yeah.
and then suddenly they sink in the sea. So we see
Yeah.
the effects of that.
Yeah. Yeah, Safia, thank you. Crude oil, how might this pollution affect the tourism industry itself? Yeah. Yeah. Yes, Safia. You can also turn your microphone. This is my last picture. After that, I let's join to the course, the main course. Comments? Have you heard about the irreversibility in the context of environmental economics? Irreversibility.
Oh, that was.
So if we destroy the resource and we cannot easily what is it?
Reproduce.
Yeah, replace. Yeah.
Because this is a visible pollution, and it will be create problem like snorkeling, diving, and fishing.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
unfortunately in Seribu Island, you should be go further in the north to do snorkeling and diving. In the south
Yeah.
part, it's impossible.
Because this making the unsafe and unattractive for tourists.
Yeah. So the idea is the polluted beach will reduce the attractiveness, yeah, of the tourist destination.
Yeah.
Yeah, because as a tourist, as Sarah mentioned, yeah, we seek the clean, yeah, scenic environment, something like that. Yeah, but this condition will lead to economic losses, yeah, actually for the local business, yeah, and also for the environment, yeah.
But here, one question arises here. One question.
Yeah.
If, like the local people, the indigenous people, they also polluting the environment. Like if we last time I have like experienced this thing, they are spilling everything in and those are the water. And I see many. I took many pictures. I will share later on when I conclude. The this like
Yeah,
summer.
yeah.
I took many picture, very sensitive picture, like how. I will not explain here how thing I saw there, how much like rubbish I saw there,
Yeah.
especially from the local people. So they only just like put allegation against the foreigner or the state, but itself how much we are civilized, how much we
Yeah,
encounter
yeah,
those
yeah.
and the
Yeah, I
malicious
agree with you.
acts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, thank you, Cher. So I begin with the course, yeah. So when we talk about the environmental damage, yeah, we are not just talking about visible destruction, yeah, like oil spill or deforestation, something like that. We mean the injuries or lost services from the moment of the incident until the full restoration. So I try to introduce you maybe different words, yeah. So the environmental damage includes a decrease in both use value. So use value is means that the function that you can get from the resource, yeah, from the nature, like fishing or tourism, and non-use value, such biodiversity, yeah, that may never directly consume but still value. It's also about changes in economic benefits. Yeah, in economy, we know consumer surplus or economic rents that nature can generate. In short, environmental damage is about both the physical loss and lost benefits to people and ecosystem. So that's the meaning. Let's look at how damage actually happens. Yeah, please take a look this illustration. So we begin with a release or incident. Release or incident, for example, like a pollutant enters the environment. Yeah. Then comes the pathway. Pathway is how that pollutant travels, whether through air, water, soil, or living organism. Next is exposure. So when natural resource come into contact with the pollutant, this can be direct, like fish swimming in the contained water, or indirect, like toxins accumulating in the food chain. Finally, we see the injury. The last part is injury. Injury is changes in resource quality, loss of service, or even total destruction. So this is the concept. How flow of natural damage from release or incident until we can say an injury. So let's take the example. For example, there is an oil spill incident. So in the release stage, This is where oil spill is accidentally released from a vessel into the sea. It could be from an oil tanker accident, a leak during fuel transfer, or even illegal discharges. At this point, the oil is in the marine environment and begins its destructive journey. Next, we have pathway. Once released, oil doesn't just sit still. It moves, carried by ocean currents, tides, and wind. It can spread through surface water, seep into sediment, contaminate the oil, percolate into groundwater, etc., or even enter living organisms. This stage is all about how the pollutant travel and reach different parts of the environment. Then, next, the third become exposure. Here, marine and coastal ecosystem like coral reefs, mangroves, beach, tidal flats are directly and indirectly in contact with the hazardous substances. The oil can smoother habitat, reduce oxygen level, and introduce toxic chemical to organisms that simply cannot cope with such stress. And finally, we reach injury. This is where the ecological and sometimes economic consequences become visible. We may see death or reproductive failure in fish, shorebirds, and even marine mammals like sea lions. Vegetation such as seagrass beds, mangrove forests can die off, reducing coastal protection and also biodiversity. Mangrove productivity drops, beach become coated with oil, impacting tourism, fishing livelihood, and the natural beauty of the coastline. So from the previous two slides, I hope now you can better understanding about the how flow of damage from release or incident until injury to injury. Sorry. So how do we respond? Yeah. This is where the Natural Resource Damage Assessment or NRDA comes in. Natural Resource Damage Assessment is a systematic process used by regulators, to study the effect of a damaging incident in natural habitats and the public. It is not a quick fix. So the process can take years because damage is complex and widespread. Many factors influence natural resource damage assessment, like the season, location, pollutant types, and also duration of exposure. And crucially, it involves multiple stakeholders. For example, like scientists to prove damage, communities affected by the losses, and also the polluter who is held responsible. Let me continue. So natural resource damage assessment requires scientific studies, to prove damage to resource and services. This process involves the polluters and also the representative of the affected community. And if the claim is granted, the polluter must pay the assessment and the restoration cost. So in the end of this lecture, I will show you the components of the claim itself. It should consist of 3 components. Yeah, but let me continue from the concept first. So the natural resource damage assessment is an ex post analysis. In other words, yeah, natural resource damage assessment is like a being detective for the environment. So, but instead of preventing a crime, we are figuring out exactly what happened after the damage is done. So, notice that this is an ex post analysis. That means happens after the fact. Yeah, happens after the fact. The oil spill has already occurred. The damage has already spread. And now it's time to investigate. So, what does the investigation involve? It's about checking what has happened, or in other words, confirming what actually did happen. This is not about the guessing or predicting, yeah, it's about gathering real evidence, yeah. We try to gathering real evidence. We are talking, for example, like we are talking about water samples and then conduct wildlife surveys, satellite images, field inspection, yeah, like the one in the picture where you can see someone handling an oil covered turtle. Yeah, see, so it's like what survey, yeah, something like that, field inspection. So why does this matter? Because without a proper natural resource damage assessment, we cannot truly understand the scale of the damage. And without knowing that, we cannot hold responsible parties accountable or design effective restoration plan. So that's the goal. Yeah, we would like to design effective restoration plans, and the budget or the cost for restoration should be claimed to the responsible parties or the polluters. So, the aims of natural resource damage assessment are twofold. The first one is to identify what's needed to restore the resource to its baseline. So, what is baseline? Baseline is the condition it would have been in if no damage had occurred. And the second aims to compensate the public for service loss during the time between the damage and full restoration. Yeah, so please remember there's two objectives to conduct natural resource damage assessment. So let's see the picture. Yeah, the baseline and the injury. Yeah, the baseline is the clean beach, the state of the environment that would exist in assessment area but for a hazardous substance discharge or release. And baseline data is estimated using historical data, reference data, control data, or incremental data or change data. Yeah, and the injury, yeah, it's the bad situation, yeah, after release or any incidents. Another concept that you must understand, yeah, when studied about the natural resource damage assessment is restoration. Yeah, restoration is any actions to restore, replace, to rehabilitate, or acquire the equivalent of injured natural resource. There are two types restoration. Restoration can be primary, so directly restoring the damaged resource to baseline. Or the second one is compensatory, offsetting temporary loss by providing alternative benefits. For example, replanting mangrove to replace the lost one, or creating artificial reefs to compensate for damaged coral habitat. Nah, you already understand about the concept of the flow from release to injury, and also you are now understand about the concept of restoration. Now I will move to the important thing is how to estimate, yeah, the claim for natural resource damage. The natural resource damage claim is made up of three components. The first one is the restoration cost. The next one is compensable values. And the last one is the cost of the assessment or assessment cost. The first one, the restoration cost, is the cost to restore, to replace, or to rehabilitate, or to acquire the equivalent of the injured natural resource and the service those resources provide. These costs include all costs associated with the chosen restoration alternative. So that's why I introduce to you the concept of restoration. So the restoration costs really depend on the type of chosen restoration alternative. The second one, the compensable values. The compensable values is the amount of money required to make the public for losses incurred during the period between the release of the hazardous substance and service to their baseline condition. In the short, we usually call this component as the interim losses. So the compensable value is the amount of money needed to compensate the society for the degradation of natural resource service from the time of the release until the resource and the service can be restored to the baseline condition. The compensable values represents the lost public use value of the service provided by the damaged resource plus passive value. I will describe later in the next slide. And the last component, assessment cost, is the direct and indirect cost for the damage assessment process in the specific area. So this is include like the salary for the assessment team, something like that. Yeah. So from this component, the biggest one should be the restoration cost, and the smallest one should be the assessment cost. So this is the explanation for the second component, the compensable values. For the purpose of damage assessment, the value of the resource is defined as the economic value of the service provided by the natural resource before it was damaged. So there are many services provided by the natural resource, but not all services provided by the natural resources will have a direct impact to the human, or not all involved in consumptive activities. For example, like one lake ecosystem, yeah, like in the picture, a lake ecosystem provides service for food supply, yeah, for water supply, for irrigation, for example, or regulatory services If you heard about the nutrient cycling, climate regulation, habitat services, something like that, and also providing area for recreation, yeah, for fishing, for boating, something like that. Compensable values, yeah, require economic valuation. Yeah, what is economic valuation? Is putting a monetary figure on lost service. Yeah, something like that. So compensable values for people that not familiar with environmental economics may be quite difficult to understand. Yeah, but the idea is how to compensate public for the loss of service. Let's see for another example. If a lake is polluted, then this lost service should be monetized using valuation technique or economic valuation. Another purpose of monetizing the lost resource service is to evaluate the actual effectiveness of the restoration. In this, comparing the extent of the value of the natural resource service recovered from a restoration activity. Sorry. So, what kind of categories of damage that can be included in the compensable value? So there are three types category, yeah, can be included in compensable values. The first one is change in consumer surplus related to natural resource that is injured. For example, decrease economic value of a lake for anglers, yeah, due to bad murky water quality and odor from wastewater effluent. Second one is changes in economic rent due to injured natural resource. Suppose the lake water can be used as an input for aquaculture, such as floating net cage. When the lake is polluted, this aquaculture business suffer a loss, something like that. And the last one is loss payment from private parties to the government for the use of injured natural resources. For example, suppose the government sets a lease on the lake concession. If the lake is polluted, then there will be loss lease payment. Next. So this is, I will describe about the relation between restoration cost and compensable value. There is a very close relationship between restoration cost and compensable value. Please take a look this picture. For the vertical axis is the service. Service mean the environmental services. And the horizontal axis measures time. Yeah. In the damage area, compensable values are a function of the restoration option chosen. Please take a look this illustration. A pollution incident has occurred in time T1, which result in lowering the restore surface, yeah, lowering the restore surface from the baseline, yeah, from the baseline to a lower level here, post-injury surface. If no restoration activities are undertaken, the resource will recover to the baseline by time T4, something like this. Yeah, I repeat, if no restoration activities are undertaken, the resource will recover to the baseline level by time T4. It's quite long, something like this. Yeah. So what happened with the economic damage without restoration effort? The economic damage without restoration effort is represented by area A plus B. But if some restoration activities are initiated at time T2, then restoration will allow the resource to recover to baseline more quickly. For example, in time T3. Therefore, the economic damage incurred is only area A. In other words, the benefit of restoration effort, or avoided economic loss are represented by area B. So the message is, if we conduct restoration effort, then the resource will be quickly restored. Yeah. Now, it is also possible, actually, in some cases, restored resource service will be more successful than expected as I show in this picture. So take a look area C, restoration action taken at time T2, and this will continue past time T3. As a result, the service not only return to the baseline, it might even better than the baseline. We call it as additional service, sometimes referred to compensatory service. We call it compensatory service. For example, there is a mangrove area that destroyed by the oil spill. If the government or local people conduct the restoration effort, and then that area become ecotourism area. So not only restore the mangrove, but after that the mangrove area become ecotourism area, something like that. Next, I'm already in the end of my presentation actually, but this is a discussion, Please take a look this picture, and try to remember what I already explained to all of you. So there is 3 alternative restoration option, The vertical axis is total damage, and the vertical axis total damage, the horizontal axis is years or time to recovery for the resources. The green area is the restoration cost, and the orange or orange-brown or a brown area is compensable losses. My question is, which restoration is economically optimal? Okay, please discuss, and also you can unmute your microphone to give your answer. Please, anyone try to answer. It's difficult? I'm still waiting, So the question is, which restoration is economically optimal? Restoration A, restoration B, or restoration C? Please
I
consider.
think, yeah, I
Yes,
think
Amin.
B.
Yes, Amin,
Yeah,
you can
B.
you can start.
Yeah, I think B. Because it looks like B is economically optimal because it strikes the base balance, like moderate restoration costs, which significantly like it also reduce compensable losses, and it gives the lowest total damage over the time.
Okay, thank you, Amin. Amin, from which country are you?
I am from Afghanistan.
Afghanistan also. Okay, yeah. Thank you,
Hello,
Amin.
hello.
Yeah, sure.
To me,
Yeah, Brima. Yeah,
A
please.
is optimal. Looking at
Why?
the
Why your answer is A?
looking at the restoration cost, it's like A is lower than that of B. Looking at the dimension of the diagram.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any answer? Any different answer? Thank you, Ebrima. Okay, Azam asking me, can you explain once again what is compensable losses? Okay, so compensable losses is the amount of money that should be provided by the polluter, yeah, to compensate the public loss. Yeah. So from the release, yeah, from the incident to the injury, the public or the community located in that area cannot use the resource. So they should be compensated. So that is compensable value. Yeah. Come on, another answer. A, B, C. Is it difficult? It's not really.
It's very difficult.
No, it's not difficult. So actually there is a trade-off, yeah. But we take a look this the answer should be from the economic perspective, yeah, not from the technical.
Actually, we are not all economists. There are some guys from economics, they might know. So we are from political science mostly and the
Okay.
policy. Yeah.
Yeah.
We are blind on this.
Yeah. So actually, restoration costs and compensable values is in the opposite side. So if you have a high restoration cost and also happen in the quick something like that, you can reduce the compensable value. But if you delay the restoration cost, the polluter should pay more for the compensable values. But for the decision maker, they should consider both. Dauda answer also A. Dauda, could you explain your reasons?
Okay.
Well, you answer A, Dauda.
Yeah, I'm not an economist, but if you if you check if you check the compensation cost, it means that what we are saying is that if especially for the sea, if your restoration cost should or your compensation cost should be more than your restoration cost. What happens is that, to me, my understanding, I'm not an economist, so you can forgive me for my interpretation. So the compensation cost automatically definitely mean not automatically as reclamation or restoring of the lost biodiversity that we have. It means that the cost, from the cost and benefit of analysis, the cost of sustainability is higher because it costs you compensating people, paying people off. At the same time, you still have the hangover or the spillover effect of the kind of consequences that emerge from the non-sustainable kind of ways of not being able to make restoration. But if you check the A, in as much as the compensation cost is also higher, the restoration cost is also much higher, which means is that at the end of the day, although both costs are high, but at least what happens with the restoration, you'll be able to have a subsequent benefits that will be able to generate from this restoration. But the compensation is automatically like a consumption that never comes back. Or it can be an investment that never yield anything. But the restoration, we still have the value of the kind of environment that we have, which can also economically be utilized for other things, which can bring benefit at the end of the day. That's my explanation. So you forgive me, I'm not an economist, just a political science.
Thank you, Dauda. In the chat box,
Sorry, may I
also
share my opinion
yeah, sure. I
again?
mean,
Yeah,
yeah, sure.
yeah, thank you. Like as an economy student, I can say that it is not economically optimal because it achieves like the fastest recovery, like even like about 10 years. Its restoration cost is extremely high compared to the reduction. So if we see the B option, it achieves like a good reduction in losses at a much lower cost than the A. So in this case, I can say like B is more better option than the A
Okay.
because
Yeah.
it's about the time and the cost.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. To end of this course, yeah. So the correct answer. Please consider the axis, yeah. The vertical axis is total damage, and the horizontal axis is years to recover. Yeah. So suppose there is alternative for restoration A, B, C, yeah, where each alternative varies in type and cost of restoration and the duration, yeah, for full recovery of the injured resources. Yeah. For example, like liquid waste, yeah, that damage the river ecosystem. Yeah, there are three restoration alternative. Alternative C, yeah, applies a cheap restoration measures. Yeah, for example, like maybe source control, yeah, without sediment treatment, something like that. This make a recovery duration quite long, yeah, around 30 years, and implies high compensable value. And also the community suffered, yeah, for long-term degradation. Well, case A applies expensive restoration, yeah. For example, like treatment of contaminated sediment, restoration of river biota. This will restore the resource faster, yeah, like about 10 years, yeah, and reduce compensable loss significantly. But it's very expensive, yeah. So case B, yeah, in the other hand, is the from economic, yeah, the optimal state of restoration. Again, from economic point of view, yeah. Remember, total loss, yeah, is the restoration cost plus compensable value. Comparing the three cases, A, B, C, yeah, sorry, comparing three alternatives, A, B, C, yeah, B represent the minimum total cost of loss. So the answer should be in the middle, yeah, B, yeah.
B.
So everyone, to wrap up this course, yeah. So environmental damage assessment is not just an academic exercise, yeah, It's a tool for accountability, restoration, and sustainability. I hope by understanding the flow of damage, the natural resource damage process, also a bit valuation of loss service, yeah, you can make better decision for conservation policy and also sustainable development. So that's the end of this course. If there is any question, comment, you still can raise you can raise the question to my email because I know the time is limited. Feel free to reach me to this email. I typed in the chat box.
Excuse me, how about the attendance?
Yep.
Attendance link?
Okay. Attendance link, please. That's the important thing, yeah. Ismail Kamara, thank you for reminding us. Mas Arif, could you share the attendance link, please? I will ask the question again, still above my head to understand the last slide. Okay, yeah. You can raise the question through email, share, maybe you can answer you clearly, yeah. Okay, Mas Arif, please share the or maybe I can check from the WhatsApp. Maybe wait second. Wait a second. Oh yeah, there is, yeah. It's already, yeah, the attendance list, yeah. So everyone, thank you for very much for attending this course. I hope you can enjoy, and also if you have still question, comments, or you would like to learn more, yeah, please feel free to reach me in my email address. Yeah, thank you very much. Enjoy your day. Assalamualaikum. Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. Bye bye.